Now let's see who all we got here. Let's see. Hold on. This is
Who's
There's
joining us?
Rodrigo, and
Yeah.
I don't know what it's going to do in this format. Here's
I
Sean.
oh,
It takes it away. And Jody. We got it.
Yeah.
All right, there's everybody.
There we go.
There we go. I was going to say nice.
Hey, what's
pins,
up?
So we have Papercut Massacre with us. So
okay.
I'm not sure which way to go and how to start this interview, because I know a lot of the past of Papercut Massacre, but I don't know a lot of the present, other than the songs that you sent us, which I made a fucking lyric video for you guys.
Nice, man. Nice.
So no, trust me, it's not worthy of posting it, but it's worthy enough to hear songs tonight.
I was going to say, be expected to receive an invoice from the Sound 228. No, so I don't know much about Papercut Massacre, actually.
Okay, let's have at it. Let's go. I mean, what do you want to know?
Tell me everything. I want to know everything. How you started. Because I know a little bit. I know you guys went a little bit quiet. So how you started, and the lineup is pretty different right now. So how you went from where you were to where you are now, and what the plan is moving forward.
Right on. Yeah. So as a band, we've been together for 20 years. So it's a super old project, right? So we kind of went away for a couple of years, and then we had some challenges. Unfortunately, we lost our singer a few years ago. After that, we just really didn't do anything until probably a couple of years ago, when I met up with Rod. And Rod and I just kind of struck a friendship, with no intention really to say, hey, Papercut Massacre is back. Hey, we're going to come out. We're going to go do some Papercut Massacre. It was just, hey man, let's write some songs. He knew that I had kind of been through some shit, and as a songwriter, it was tough for me to even be able to get out and start writing with somebody after we lost Joey anyway. So, but Rod was like super cool, man. I really super humble guy, and I said, okay man, let's just see what happens. Let's just start writing. So we started writing, and then man, it was probably like I think he reached out to me. And I said, okay, yeah, let's do it. And I think maybe a year later we finally got together, or he sent me a song back or whatever it was, right? And I heard it, and I was like, oh my gosh, like this is perfect. This is almost, dude, this is exactly like what we need to kind of like write right now at this point in time as a band. So and Jerry and I, we were like, hey man, like this makes a lot of sense. Never did we ever really think that we'd start this again after kind of it was definitely a hard decision. I'll tell you that. But we didn't really take lightly either, and we had to give it to our fans, to kind of continue a legacy that we started like years ago. So it's definitely something we don't take lightly. We have tons of fans out there, and we want to bring this to them. We want to celebrate the new and old. I mean, not only we have a huge catalog of songs, but we also have a lot of new songs, and I think that's what we're super excited to share with you guys. So I didn't know you heard it yet, Kevin. So I'm glad. I don't know what you would think about him yet. So like, this is going to be you're one of the first people to really hear it. So I'm definitely excited to kind of hear your feedback on it. So, but yeah, and we have new faces now. Obviously, I mean, we have Jody and with Rod.
Jody's
like,
not a new face.
Some great. These guys.
I'm old.
He is in our camp, and like I said, this was real. This was real stuff. These aren't just musicians. These guys are my friends. These are my homies that are that want to help me celebrate this. And that's what's great about it. It's not fake. It's super genuine, and and we're excited to get out there and start sharing some new stuff with all our friends and family and all the fans out there. So, and believe it or not, we get new fans, like new messages every day. People are still finding us. You know, they're listening to songs that were recorded 15 years ago. It's like, wow, man, this is a great song. Like, who are you guys? I'm like, we're Papercut Massacre. We've been around for a while. So with that, I mean, we want to take those songs and continue to celebrate them and bring them to the people.
Yeah.
So I'm stoked I have I'm stoked I have Jody, Rod, Blake. Man, I have a great group of guys that are really helping me to bring this out there.
Are you the only original member of Papercut Massacre left?
Yeah, I say Jerry was a huge part of revamp, and believe it or not, it was his idea. Like he brought Rod in and said, "Hey man, this is their guy. We need to do it. Let's go." So we started demoing out, and Rod, it just kind of it fit the bill just perfectly. So, but yeah, like I'm the only original member right now. So
it was funny because we were reminiscing. Brandy and I were reminiscing, I don't know, a couple weeks ago, and we just started diving down Papercut Massacre on YouTube and watching all the old videos and just seeing like some of the old at the radio stations doing acoustic. And fuck, one of them was when you were in the CPR studio way back in the days before you played at Thunder's Tavern and shit like that. So I only got one ready for tonight. I got Moments ready. So do you want to tell us a little bit about it before we play it so people can hear some new Papercut Massacre?
Yeah, let me hit Rod. I mean, it's one of the first ones that Rod and I we collaborated on. So Rod, you want to tell them a little bit about the song and kind of where you came from with it?
So the song Moments, I've had parts and bits of the song, for a couple of years that I've utilized, and really the song was called Revampire before it was called Moments, because I had revamped a lot of parts from an older song and took from other parts and redid just to make it more modern sounding. Because it sounded dated a little bit when it was called something else. And, I completely redid vocals, completely changed melodies. I had a lot of help. Clint Lowry from Seven Dust, he helped me in the production and getting that song going. Ryan Tussell from New Orleans helped me with my vocals, getting it recorded at my studio. So, it wasn't a one-man gig. It took a lot of time, and we got it going. And I actually had an accident that I was out for a couple of months, and I had to get surgery on my wrist. And Sean didn't hear from me for almost 3 to 4 months. I mean, he just thought I was done with the project. And I was laid up. I was in bad shape. And finally, I got a message on my Dropbox saying that he was removing songs from, from my Dropbox. And I called him up immediately. And I was like, man, what's going on? And he said, nothing, I'm just cleaning stuff up. And he sounded kind of sketch. So I had to get those vocals done pretty quick. And man, he went silent for almost 24 hours and called me the next day and was like, dude, this song is badass. So we got dialed in with it. And, we found Dan Johnson to do the drums. He was in the band Red. He was in Love and Hate with the guy from Korn, right? So he was in a lot of bands that were really good, and he's a good studio musician. He was supposed to be playing for us at the California show, and we played in Los Angeles, but something fell through on him, and so. But I love him that he's on the record. So, but the song Moments it just hits home for a lot of us. It could mean a lot of different meanings. It doesn't exactly have one particular meaning, but you always have those memories that you just lock in, that you just think about. And sometimes there's a certain smell, or maybe there's a sound or a song that brought you back to that time. And it either brings you happiness, joyfulness, tears. And it's just things that just remind you of what made you who you are today.
All right. Well, we're going to roll into it. Here is Papercut Massacre. Put in the comments what you think about it. And let me unmute. I forgot I muted everybody. So let me go on here and unmute everybody. I absolutely love that tune.
Thank you.
Really, 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 really good.
Thanks, guys.
Man,
It's
thank
got a
you so
vibe to it,
much.
for sure.
Yeah, I mean, it was tough, right? Like if you were gonna hear a new Papercut Massacre song, like what would it sound like? You know, like do you get to if you ask yourself that, and that's what I was kind of asking myself for a long time, and then we started writing. I was like, oh my God, like I think this is it. So I'm glad you guys like it because you know I'm like wow, dude, these songs are great. So I'm stoked to be able to share it with you. I mean, thank you, Rod. Thank you, Jody, Blake, everybody involved in creating these songs. So I'm stoked and I'm excited to share with the rest of the world. And thank you, Kevin and Matt, so much for being one of the first ones to share it. So thank you guys.
No,
Man, you're most welcome.
Yeah,
I want to touch on that comment from Brent. Like,
okay.
Because it seems to me like I can't move in the Gulf Coast anywhere without seeing Jody Linnell's face. He's just everywhere, man. What's going on, bro?
I like staying busy. I don't know, like, you know, music and the organization and management side of things makes me tick, you know, always thinking of like booking things and doing graphics and lining up photos and, you know, just doing that kind of stuff. That's what I do for my day job pretty much. So it's something similar, a different field, but
you know, you're a very familiar face and a great friend of the sound. Like you've just got a massive passion for the music and writing and helping out these guys in these different bands that need it. You know, you go where you need it. And how did it come about for you becoming part of Papercut Massacre?
So it's kind of like well, first of all, I've been knowing Rod from the local New Orleans music scene for over 20 years. We've actually jammed together many times. I was actually filled in a couple times with one of his bands called City Below, and then of course I knew Joey Culver. I was good friends with Joey. I was in a band back in '09 called Touching the Absolute, and that's actually where I met Kevin for the first time.
Yep.
And when my singer had to step down for health reasons, Joey was the one who came in and joined the band, and you know, so I just got good times, good memories, and then of course finding out of the blue, like I mean, I knew Papercut before this, and then I knew Rod separately. Then I found out, you know, they hired Rod, and he asked me to play, so I was of course I was like, yeah, man, that's kind of cool how everything came together like that. So yeah.
And then you had the other piece of the puzzle that's not with us tonight, Blake fucking Suarez.
Yeah.
How did that one come about?
That's Rod's fault.
No, I'll tell you how Blake came in. Like it was actually it's your fault. It's your fault, Kevin, because Blake and I met when I played the festival with Sons on Fire. We did the two
Rocking the Sound.
And I played that with my former band, and I didn't know that Sean was in Sons of Fire.
Yeah, Blake walked on our bus and we were talking. We were just having a good time, man, drinking, just chill. He's such a cool guy. I was like, dude, you're so badass, dude. I was like, hey, man, if I ever bring something, you know, brand new or Papercut back or something back, man, are you interested? And he's like, yeah, man, for sure. Just let me know. So once I called, like after Rod and I started writing songs, they're like, oh my God, dude, we need a fucking band now. So I called Blake. Blake said, yeah, I'm down. Like, I'll be there. I was like, okay, let's go. And he said, okay, man, I got Jody. Jody's down. I said, okay, like I guess it's serious. It's time to go.
Yes, we're doing this shit. Like
next thing you know, these guys are in LA. We're broken down in LA traffic, pushing my truck and fucking it was nuts. The whole story, like the story is crazy, but like the things that we've gone through to bring here and to actually be here today, man. It's like I'm super grateful. I'm super humbled to be here and to be able to share this with my friends. So thank you guys so much.
Where does Papercut go from here?
Well, we're going out and doing some shows, guys. Like later on this at the end of
It's in May.
early summer, late spring. Yeah, in May we're going out. We have some shows lined up. So we're gonna share some new music and got some new merch coming up. We have a lot of new stuff, a lot of new things to be excited about. So and then it's only because like we didn't, people want it. So we're going to where we're wanted, and we want to share it. And I'm super excited that people are so receptive to even the idea of making it happen.
Sorry, Jody, I covered you up with that.
So the cool thing is, though, we're starting to tour off in San Diego. We're opening up for Cold, and then we're making our way to Arizona, and then from Arizona to El Paso, and then we're going to be linking up with Etched in Embers to finish the tour off in Texas. So it'll be about 7 or 8 dates in Texas, and then we'll probably end up either in Lafayette or Baton Rouge. We're not going to go to New Orleans, Gulf Coast area right now. We're just going to go where our market's at, really take advantage of that. We're going to have our song Weight of the World on an April radio campaign.
Nice.
So that's going to be a month prior to us going out to play. So that's really going to get it, boosting people to come out, because it is going to be on all major radio stations. It's through Clear Channel Radio. So we're pretty excited about that. And
Nice.
Once we get that going and get our art done, because that's pretty much the last thing that we have is getting our art and our rebrand of our image. But other than that, man, we've got a ton of music that's coming out. We all have a lot of parts to work on to get this album finished, but I mean, it's close.
Yeah, I am banned from ever seeing Papercut Massacre and Cold at the same time.
I think you
I
go
do.
to jail.
I go to
don't you?
jail and I
think
get a
last
mugshot
time-
and a Papercut Massacre shirt.
Yeah, dude. Good times, man. Good times. Man. So I remember that night
What a
like it was
fucking
yesterday,
night.
man. But it's probably 20 years ago. So
But now I'm excited for you guys. Like you say, you went quiet a little bit, and now you're revamping. And Rodrigo just said, rebranding yourselves and stuff like that. And you're getting out there doing some shows. You've got a hell of a lot of new music coming, and I'm excited for what 25 going into 26 looks like for Papercut Massacre. I think it's going to be a good old time for everyone.
Hell yeah. Well, guys, where can people find you guys socially and website-ily and all that Italy stuff?
you can find us at papercutmassacremusic.com. So start there, and you can find us we're on Instagram, Facebook, Spotify, like anywhere you listen to your music, you'll find us.
And all
just
the
Google
new
us.
music will be on all platforms as well.
Okay.
So you'll be able to find it on everything.
Yeah.
The best part about it is when you search the band name in Google, it says violent content. Do you want to uncover? And you click it.
Hell
and then
yeah.
It says that in
it's the link to
it's
the band.
a Facebook thing, yeah. So we're still working.
We can always do what Revelation Theory did and just change their name to Rev Theory.
Rev Theory.
Mm-hmm.
We could just be called
So
we could just be called
believe-
Papercut.
I was going to say Papercut. So
Yeah,
Yeah.
everybody will think we're a Linkin Park tribute band or something.
nice.
Yeah, true.
Brent
Hey,
Kreiner
brings
says-
people in. Whatever.
Brent
Right.
Kreiner says he's got to see my mugshot. Well, there was only one person in the world that had a picture of that mugshot, and that was Joey Culver. So,
Yeah.
but yeah,
Well,
what a good night though.
But
But guys, I tell you what,
Yeah.
thank you so much for joining us. Thank you for the new music. Thank you for the passion, and can't wait to get you guys in Biloxi, Ocean Springs, Gulfport area for a show.
Oh,
So-
hell yeah, on a sound check. And
Thanks for-
anything you guys need at the sound,
Yeah.
let us know.
Man, we appreciate that. Thank
Thank
you
you
guys.
guys.
Yeah.
We appreciate
Thank you
you.
guys as
Yeah,
always.
much love. Appreciate it. Yeah, you guys are awesome, man. Appreciate it. I love what
Thank
you
you.
guys do. So
Y'all
keep
have
it
a
up.
good night.
Thank you.
All right, you too.
Thanks,
Thanks,
guys.
guys.
Thank you. You too.